Now we're on the roof. Go back down. Avoid the ult. What is up, everyone? Nismospoolin here, everyone's favorite internet nobody, and today I decided to keep up with the Shroud theme and start a series that I'm pretty excited about, where I go over various professional players' greatest moments, and we break them down and figure out what made those moments so great and how you can emulate that in your own play. And today we're obviously doing Shroud. So let's take a look at what we've got here, and we can go over it together as a team and have a look at what makes these plays so great. Here we go. Alright, so right here, very simple. He's identified somebody coming in from the front there and taking cover inside this bunker type thing, close the door behind him, and he takes the left doorway in order to, in case they followed him in, make it a harder shot for them to make, because he's cutting that corner there and they can't see him as they come into that hallway. And now he's going to heal up with the full heal. What I think happened there is the enemy team was probably being engaged by somebody else. So they are now also taking cover inside here, thinking that it's only Shroud inside this bunker that they have to get through. So all three of them are going to go in, they're going to push Shroud and seek refuge inside this bunker. So Shroud goes into this room, and right here, you can see he's using... Let's change the playback speed here to 0.5. He's using right peek advantage to see where they are and take shots. See? So what right peek advantage is, as you can see, the character model is right-handed. It's holding the weapon in its right hand, and as you peek out through this doorway, your crosshair, when you ADS, is going to see past the threshold of this doorway sooner than they can see the character model peeking out of the doorway. So he has an advantage fighting these two players as long as he's peeking at the right. He's identified one of the two targets that he knows is low because he's already shot it down once. He's not switching to the other target, which is fresh. He's making sure that he DPSs and focuses down the first target first, gets that one out of the way, because he knows, and all of you know, that fighting one target is considerably easier than fighting two. So he's going to make sure that he gets rid of that first one as quickly as possible, and then goes for the next one. Bam, she's out. Now, he takes another peek there, because he heard the first Peacekeeper shot, so he knows that they have to cycle another round before he can peek again. So where are we at now? Sorry, I had to let my dog in. He was barking. So he's coming back out, and that is a very important shot that he took right there. So if you look at, if we slow this down even more, as soon as he peeks out of the doorway, not this one. Let's turn this down a little bit. As soon as he peeks out of this doorway, he identifies where she's at. Now, he closes and reopens the door to his advantage. You see that? With the door open inwards, he is not protected from up the stairs in case somebody came down the stairs and attacked him from the back. By closing the door and reopening it again, if somebody comes up from the stairs, they're going to have a harder shot at him. And if this Wraith jumps over to the other side of this door, she is also going to have a harder shot at him. So that's a very important thing that he did right there. And then he comes through here. He identifies that she has jumped and is above his crosshair. And he flicks up and takes the shot. And gets the damage. Now, he can close this door, negating any more damage. Let's go back to a more normal speed. Pops back out. Goes back to DPSing her down. So now he's got a Peacekeeper shooting through the door, but they can't do anything. So he's just going to heal up. Instead of using the first aid kit, he puts out the drone. And he passively heals. Uses the door to his advantage there. And then gets rid of the Gibraltar. So that was great information for us to take in and to break down and see how he made that fight work in his favor. He used doors, he used choke points, he used cutting through that little room there to make sure that they didn't have a shot on him every time that they wanted to. And he used audio cues to know that they were following him in. He used audio cues to know that they had already taken a shot and they were cycling a next round, or that they were reloading. He used everything in his arsenal to win that fight, and you can clearly see it there. And these are all simple things that you can do at home in your own gameplay to win fights like that yourself. That fight was not rocket science. There wasn't anything insane about it. There wasn't anything crazy about it. It was just great situational awareness, great audio cues, like great ability to identify audio cues, staying relaxed in the moment, and looking and listening for advantages. Instead of just pushing out and expecting to take all of them on 1v3, he used everything that they were giving him to win that fight. Next!
I'm doing it.
No, I'm good, I'm good.
No, I don't even have it. Yeah, you're up. I didn't even know you have it.
Alright, so I don't know if he knew they were there to begin with.
Alright, when's the one shot?
So he was missing the shots with the wingman, and he made the decision to go away from the wingman and to the R301 there, and he was doing way more effective DPS with the R301, stuck with it. Now there's a smoke up. He doesn't know where they're going to be in that smoke, and only Bangalore knows where he's going to be in that smoke. That was pretty important. Let's go back and take a look at that. So, if we slow this down, 0.5. So he's taking shots. He knows that she doesn't have much HP left. He's looking for her. He doesn't see her. That right there. This shot in the smoke is important. He knows they're in there. He knows they're having a fight in there. But he doesn't know exactly where they're at. Sometimes you just gotta take a shot in the dark. If you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. And this is a Hail Mary shot that just so happened to do a little bit more DPS. Right there. He knows that she's low because he took her down 92. And now he's just firing into the smoke wherever he sees the tracers. So what he's doing in this fight is he sees where the tracers are, the bullet tracers, and he's just shooting at where they're coming out of the smoke. See? And he's getting those kills more accurately with the information that's coming at him from these tracer rounds. We can move back up to normal speed. And that was kind of a given. That guy had 14 HP left. Just took a shot at him. Anybody could have got him. Now this one, this starts out kind of iffy.
Chilling over there, healing up.
So he's, in this clip, he clearly sees the Pathfinder running left to right. He knows they're there. He doesn't have his weapon out. He wasn't prepared. He was sprinting. But you gotta imagine, right, that he had previously seen this Pathfinder running from left to right here, and he was just he had his weapons put up, and he was sprinting to them to get to them before they could get set up and get all grouped together so he could take them out one by one. Clearly, he didn't make it in time for that. The Pathfinder seeks refuge behind this rock. And now you've got this Bangalore here that engages and takes the fight. Now, he's ADSing here. He's using the non-zoom. And he's not moving his mouse very much during this fight. What he's doing is he's gotten his reticle on the Bangalore, and he's strafing with A and D.
So
and he's just
moly.
keeping his mouse where it's at.
I'm gonna freak out, dude. We literally.
I have no way.
That was more. So him going down here, I would say was more hubris than anything, because you can see his teammates are out in Uganda. He probably saw this Pathfinder as a solo and figured that he could pick him off before the rest of his team got there. Unfortunately, the rest of his team was hiding behind that rock, and he got a bunch of damage into the Bangalore, and the Pathfinder turned around and started fighting as well. Not very much he could do that.
Literally lost that. I lost to that guy. Fucking lag.
Here comes Skadoodle. He's
Pushing
blaming
on
lag. Awesome. Now you see that he's given information to Skadoodle that he saw this Bangalore coming from left to right while Skadoodle was over here in the back. So he had no line of sight to see what was going on over here. Shroud let him know that Bangalore's coming, pushing on your right. Skadoodle turns around. Should be an easy fight for him.
Lag.
Whoa!
I'm gonna break something.
Watch your mouth!
Holy shit! I can't. I hate when stuff isn't in my control. I hate
Shroud,
it so goddamn much.
watch your mouth.
I left the game. I left.
It was in your
I can't-
control.
I can't play until this.
You
fight.
pushed too early.
I can't play in this lag. This is PUBG all over again.
It's nothing to do with lag. You pushed too early without your teammates, and you got punished for it. It happens, though.
Yeah, I think it was the wrong account. Fuck, man.
All right, we got to get into the next
Everything's
clip.
fine.
See, this is why I hate Wingman. I don't like the Wingman. It feels like nothing ever hits,
Mike,
even with the best. See? Look at this. That happens to me all the time. So now he's getting Peacekeepered, and he's just taking those shots that... Those are more Hail Mary shots. Yeah, I would have been using that scout from the beginning there, bud, but it's whatever. Let's see what we got here. Okay, let's go back and let's take a look at how he aims here. In this little fight. So slowly acquires a target. Keep an eye on his mouse hand and how his character moves. Mouse hand stays where it's at. Keyboard moves into aim. So he's locked down where he wants his crosshair to be, and he's finally adjusting that aim with his strafing. Boom, boom, boom. Mouse hand still is not moving. Just locking down where his mouse is, and using his keyboard to correct his aim better, because it's much easier to hold on to your, what is that? Is that your y-axis or your x-axis? I don't know. Your vertical aiming, it's much easier to lock that down and then adjust your horizontal aiming with your keyboard. And that's what he's done there. See? His mouse hand is barely moving. He's just pushing up, moving with his keyboard. Now now when there's some verticality. So you see this Bangalore jump. There's some sudden verticality. Then he has to move his mouse hand. He goes behind this rock to reload. Verticality, hand moves. So let's go back. See?
Dead. One's down. Another one.
Keep an eye on his hand. Slight movement, mostly keyboard.
Another one down.
And now it's all back to keyboard.
Another one dead.
Boom.
Oh.
Easy.
I'm here.
Oh my god,
And
bro. I didn't miss a
his
single fucking shot.
his teammates are right there behind him. So there's more people for them to aim at. It's not just him.
Oh, get on! Come here!
Watch your potty mouth!
Fucking ass! Okay, I'm child friendly stream. I'm killing this guy, hold on. Okay.
He knows that he was low because he took him down while he was on the roof. Pushes him out.
Oh,
Not much he could do there against the
That guy
Spitfire.
pre-fired.
that guy's insane. What the fuck?
That guy pre-fired too when he shot.
Doubt that guy's hacking.
Dude, that guy is insane.
That was weird. I'm not gonna lie.
Alright, we'll give it one more.
Yo!
We'll take a look at one more. So we're pushing up with Wraith. Oh, never mind. Now we're on the roof. Go back down. Avoid the ult. Go back up. Alright, so there we have it again, that audio cue from the Peacekeeper. So he hears that first Peacekeeper shot. He knows he's got to recycle around. So instead of hiding and giving him a chance to have that next round readied up, he just goes right back out there. He knows that he's got to either switch weapons or recycle around in order to fight him even more. Bam, we're back out there. We're back out there aiming with the keyboard, locking it down with his right hand. And then there's that slide shot that I love doing slide shots in this game. Love it. Because you get that little extra burst of movement. You're on a straight trajectory. When you're sliding, you're not all over the place. You got a straight trajectory. You got a sudden burst of movement. And the Wraith thought he was going to peek out from the left side. And he comes out from the right side with that burst of movement. Takes her down. Easy peasy. And then I don't even know what class that was that he took out right there, but so we'll see that again. Boom. Boom. That's target acquisition. So, if you guys don't know what target acquisition is, basically, it's how quickly you can identify another target and get to them. So, as he's sliding here, he sees this other one after the Wraith goes down and is immediately on it. Doesn't even reload. 19 rounds. Just, I've got 19 rounds. I'm going to lay him into him before I think about where I'm going to go to get out of the situation. Immediately, in fractions of a second, picks his next target and goes for it. Target acquisition is unbelievably important in this game. I want to see that again in normal speed. So he reloads here, sees the Wraith. Goes out for him. Bada, bada, bada. Sees the other one coming out from the other side of that generator looking thing. Another target acquisition right there. Perfect. Nice. Fast. Precise. Acquiring targets as fast as possible. Like, he's not even hitting every shot here, but the speed at which he acquires targets and decides to focus them and DPS them down, and the commitment to that is incredibly important. Commitment to DPSing and acquiring a target and making sure that you get them down is key, is paramount in this game. I guess we could do one more. Let's do one more. Let's take a look at one more. So they're in the zone. They're running towards the sounds of violence. Love it. Oh, he's that's not... I thought that guy was on his team. So he's already punched him once. Pull out your weapon and shoot him. Okay, he's not pulling out his weapon. Oh, this is just a joke.
No way, dude. Oh my god.
You could tell he was barely trying there. Okay, so back to full screen. So, that was very eye-opening. Very good. You could learn a lot from watching stuff like this, breaking it down, and figuring out exactly what he's doing, how he's doing it, and how you can apply it to your own gameplay. Target acquisition, situational awareness, audio awareness, and ice cold veins. Just staying completely cool during every single fight, and making sure that you've got some kind of plan in your head, 2 plans in your head at all times, in case things go south. all of these things add up to him winning a majority of those fights. There was one where he was lagging and, you know, he got pooped on. But the one clip there where he didn't win the fight was because he was pushed up too far from his team. He took a fight that he shouldn't have against, you know, against really bad odds. Every time in this video where he's taken a fight where it was 2v1 or 3v1, his team was right there. Like in the very first one, his team was right at the top of the stairs. If he needed help, he could have called for it and he could have gotten it. You know, that one where he didn't win was he was clearly way too far away from his team. I wouldn't say he was overconfident. He probably just saw the Pathfinder and thought it was a solo. Went, rounded the corner, Bangalore was there, didn't go the way that he planned. But everything else, we've broken it down, we've taken a look, try to put some of these things into your own gameplay, and hopefully you improve. I've been Nismospoolin. You guys have been fantastic. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys again tomorrow for another video. Maybe we'll do another one of these pro breakdowns. I don't know. Let me know down in the comments. But until then, have a fantastic day.
Hey, it's me. It's been a while. Just about sending you a look. Can you do a close-up for me? I'm dead! Thanks, Hanzo! Dang it! Oh, no! Look like, dude. Fuck! Ah! No! Scotty? Get up there! Touch that! Oh!
On the back is you from behind. Got him! Fucking mouth. Watch out, Nismo!